Every coach reaches a point where they're stuck, and the worst thing they can do is pretend they're not. I've been there. Every MCC I know has been there. There's this moment when you're in over your head with a client situation, or you keep hitting the same wall session after session, and somewhere in the back of your mind, a voice says, I should be able to figure this out on my own. That voice is lying to you. Here's what I want you to understand. This isn't about whether you're good enough. Let me tell you about a coach I worked with years ago. She kept getting angry, genuinely frustrated every time she coached a particular type of client, high achievers who couldn't see their own success. She thought something was wrong with her. She pushed through for months, white-knuckling her way through sessions. When she finally brought it to supervision, we discovered something she hadn't seen. These clients reminded her of her father, someone who never acknowledged his own accomplishments and made her feel like nothing was ever enough. She wasn't broken. She was human, and she needed someone outside her own head to help her see it. ICF puts this in writing. Marker 2.08 says coaches seek help from outside sources when necessary. Did you catch that? It's not may seek help or could consider seeking help. It's a competency marker. The credentialing body for our profession is telling us that knowing when to reach out and actually doing it is part of what makes you a competent coach, not the exception, not emergency protocol, standard practice. So let's flip the script here. What if I told you that the coaches who ask for help aren't the ones struggling? They're the excellent ones. Think about it. Recognizing what you can't see in yourself, that's self-awareness in action. Understanding where your edge is and not putting clients at risk by pretending you don't have one. That's ethical practice. The coaches I worry about are the ones who think they've arrived, the ones who believe they should navigate every challenge solo. That's not confidence. That's isolation pretending to be strength. So where do you actually go? Let me walk you through this because different needs call for different resources. Supervision is where you bring your client cases confidentially and reflect with someone experienced. It's like coaching on your coaching. You're looking at patterns in your practice, ethical considerations, how you're showing up. Mentor coaching is different. That's specifically about your coaching skill. Someone observes you coach, gives you feedback, helps you develop your competencies. Then there's personal therapy. And this one's important. When your own stuff, your triggers, your unresolved issues starts bleeding into sessions, that's not a supervision issue. That's your work to do on yourself. And finally, peer support. Other coaches who get it, who understand the unique weight of holding space for people. Sometimes you just need community. How do you know when it's time? Watch for these signals. When the same kind of client keeps triggering the same reaction in you, that's a pattern worth exploring. When you're exhausted in a way that sleep doesn't fix, when you start dreading sessions you used to look forward to, those are warning signs. Ethical gray areas that you can't quite figure out, boundary questions that keep nagging at you, don't sit alone with those. And if you're feeling lost in your own development, unclear about who you are as a coach, that's not something to push through. That's exactly when outside perspective makes all the difference. Now let me call out the traps I see coaches fall into. First is the belief that needing help means you're failing. It doesn't. It means you're paying attention. Second is waiting until you're in crisis. Don't do that. Prevention beats intervention every time. Regular supervision isn't for when things go wrong. It's so things don't go wrong. And third, make sure you're getting the right kind of help. If you have a skill gap, mentor coaching is your answer. If your own emotional material keeps surfacing, that's for therapy. If you're wrestling with ethics or practice patterns, supervision is where you need to be. Match the support to the actual need. Here's what I want you to take away from this. The best coaches I know, the ones doing transformative work with clients, they all have support systems. Supervisors, mentors, therapists, peer communities, not because they're weak, because they're wise. Your willingness to get help directly impacts your ability to give help. That's not philosophy, that's reality. We've covered managing yourself, your emotions, your preparation, your well-being, but there's one more element that runs through everything we've discussed: openness and curiosity. That's where we're going next.